The Visayas unregistered trademark SYE unregistered trademark Z or Visayan Islands, is one of the three principal geographical divisions of the Philippines, along with Mindanao and Luzon. It consists of several islands, primarily surrounding the Visayan Sea, although the Visayas are considered the northeast extremity of the entire Sulu Sea. Residents are known as the Visayans. The major islands of the Visayas are Panay, Negros, Cebu, Bohol, Leyte, and Samar. The region may also include the islands of Romblon and Masbate, whose population identify as Visayan. There are three administrative regions in the Visayas: Western Visayas, Central Visayas and Eastern Visayas. Etymology: a theory proposed by some scholars states that the term Visayas was derived from the name of a 7th-century thalassocratic Malay Srivijaya Empire. In Sanskrit, Shri means fortunate, prosperous, or happy, and Vijaya means victorious, or excellence. In the 12th century, parts of the Sulu archipelago and the Visayas Islands were either subject or tributaries of the empire. History: the early people in the Visayas region were Austronesians and Negritos who migrated to the islands about 6,000 to 30,000 years ago. These early settlers were animist tribal groups. In the 12th century, settlers from the collapsing empires of Srivijaya, Majapahit and Brunei, led by the chieftain Dutchapitai and his tribes, settled in the island of Panay and its surrounding islands. By the 14th century, Arab traders and their followers, venturing into maritime Southeast Asia, converted some of these tribal groups to Islam. These tribes practiced a mixture of Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam and animism beliefs. There is evidence of trade among other Asian people. The Visayans were thought to have kept close diplomatic relations with Malaysia and Indonesian kingdoms since the tribal groups of Cebu were able to converse with Enrique of Malacca using the Malay language when the Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan arrived in 1521. After the Magellan expedition, King Philip II of Spain sent Raul Arquibdes de Villalobos and Miguel Arquibdes de Legazpi in 1543 and 1565 and claimed the islands for Spain. The Visayas region and many tribes began converting to Christianity and adopting Western culture. By the 18th and 19th centuries, the effects of colonization on various ethnic groups soon turned sour and revolutions such as those of Francisco Dagohoy began to emerge. Various personalities who fought against Spanish colonial government arose from the islands. Among the notable ones are Graciano Lopez Llena from Iloilo, Leopold Quillet, from Negros Oriental, Venancio Jacozlam Fernandez, from Cebu, and two personalities from Bohol by the name of Tamblot, who led the Tamblot uprising in 1621–1622 and Francisco Dagohoy, the leader of the Bohol rebellion that lasted from 1744 to 1829. In 2005, Palawan Island was transferred to Region 6 by Executive Order 429. However, this planned reorganization was held in abeyance. Hence, Palawan currently remains part of Region 4B. Historical legends and hypotheses. Historical documents written in 1907 by Visayan historian Pedro Alcalantara Monteclaro in his book Maragtas tell the story of the 10 chiefs who escaped from the tyranny of Duchy Makatuna from Borneo and came to the islands of Panay. The chiefs and followers were said to be the ancestors of the Visayan people. The documents were accepted by Filipino historians and found their way into the history of the Philippines. As a result, the arrival of Bornean tribal groups in the Visayas is celebrated in the festivals of the Atioshayan and Kalibo, a clan and Binarayan in San Jose. Copyright, Antique. Foreign historians such as William Scott maintains that the book contains a Visayan folk tradition. Panay boasts of the Hinalawad as its oldest and longest epic. A contemporary theory based on a study of genetic markers in present-day populations is that Austronesian people from Taiwan populated the region of Luzon and headed south to the Visayas, Borneo, Indonesia, then to Pacific Islands and to the east of the Indian Ocean. The study, though, may not explain inter-island migrations, which are also possible, such as Filipinos migrating to any other Philippine provinces. According to Visayan folk traditions, the Visayas were populated by Malays from the collapsing empires of Srivijaya and Majapahit migrating from Borneo to Mindanao and to the Visayas, while other Malays crossed to Palawan through Sabah. Other Malays were suggested to have crossed from Samar Island to the Bicol region in Luzon. The theory suggests that those ancient tribal groups who passed through Palan may have migrated to what is now the island of Luzon. A supplementary theory was that at that period, the Malay people were moving north from Mindanao to the Visayas and to Luzon. Various groups of Europeans and Chinese also integrated with the native population during that period. Administrative divisions. Administratively, the Visayas is divided into three regions, namely Western Visayas, Central Visayas and Eastern Visayas. Each region is headed by a regional director who is elected from a pool of governors from the different provinces in each region. The Visayas is composed of 16 provinces, each headed by a governor. The governor is elected by popular vote and can serve a maximum of 3 terms consisting of 3 years each. As for representation in the Philippine Congress, the Visayas is represented by 44 congressmen elected in the same manner as the governors. Western Visayas consist of the islands of Panay and the western half of Negros. The regional center is Iloilo City. Its provinces are Aklan, Antique, Capiz, Guimaras, Iloilo, Negros Occidental, Central Visayas. Central Visayas includes the islands of Cebu and Bohol and the eastern half of Negros. The regional center is Cebu City. Its provinces are Bohol, Cebu, Negros Oriental, Sequoia, Eastern Visayas. Eastern Visayas consist of the islands of Leyte and Samar. The regional center is Tacloban City. Its provinces are Biliran, Leyte, Southern Leyte, Eastern Samar, Northern Samar. Language. Languages spoken at home primarily are of the Visayan languages continuum, which contains several different languages sometimes identified as dialects of the same language. Major languages include Hiligaynon or Ilonggo and much of Western Visayas, Cebuano and Central Visayas, and Aray and Eastern Visayas. Other dominant languages are Aclanon, Kinaray and Kapitsan. Filipino, the national language based on Tagalog, is widely comprehensible but seldom used. English, an official language, is more widely known and is preferred as the second language, most especially among urbanized Visayans. For instance, the latter is frequently used in schools, public signs and mass media. See also, Visayans, regions of the Philippines, provinces of the Philippines, notes. References, Scott, William Henry. Pre-Hispanic source materials for the study of Philippine history. New Day Publishers. ISBN A971-10-0226-4A.